So we're going to talk a little bit now, while Eric is backing up the truck, about why we wanted to start our own business, other than just the simple fact that we're two dudes that just can't sit still. It's hard to just sit at home at night and watch TV. A lot of people sit at home and watch TV. There's nothing wrong with that, but we wanted to do something else. And what happened was we had a couple guys that were working with us that were already doing handyman stuff. And when you're on a salary like we are in the military, you know, you get an extra $200-300 a month. That's kind of a nice deal. And Eric was talking about how he was making 25 extra bucks an hour. And I was like, woohoo, go buy a car.
Yeah.
Like,
it's kind of sad to think now that I thought that was a lot of money.
We've definitely come a long ways since then, but we're going to talk a little bit about why we started it, and the reason being is, like, we love working. We're like I said, we're in the military for a long time, and you're working for the man. We still work for the Navy as survival instructors. We're trying to work our way out of that, and the big thing was we had two friends that were they were like managing and doing the jobs. You were working with them, but the thing is, they didn't want to go legit. They didn't want to get an LLC. They didn't want to work for, what was it, like an apartment?
Yeah, without their LLC, they couldn't get hired on to do commercial jobs, and they didn't want to develop that. They wouldn't want to go through the trouble. So I'm like, why not? How hard can it be? Let's figure it out.
Right, and I had already started some businesses in California, Rubicon Racks and Extreme Gates or Extreme something, but I knew how to do the paperwork side of it. Get the you had to get online. You just got to figure it out. It's actually not too hard to get you go on the federal website and get a tax ID. First thing you do before you do any of that, just come up with a business name and then search it and see if it's an actual business name, because everything comes after that. So really it started with a business name, going on YouTube, going on Google, checking out for web addresses, making sure that name wasn't going to be taken. So then we could write the name down on everything else that was going to follow up. So it started with a name, and then we moved on to getting a tax ID. And once we got the tax ID, we got the bank. We did the bank.
Yeah. Then we filed with the state, and we had a business.
Yep.
We were an LLC after that.
And the reason why you want to do that for us is, number one, be protected. We got insurance with...
Yeah, then we got insurance with Hiscox Insurance.
I know it sounds kind of funny, but it's Hiscox, Hicox, and it was cheap, good insurance. So you could walk into a place, if an apartment building wants to hire you, you have insurance, and you go in there and you can work. But it quickly turned from working handyman stuff.
We're just patching drywall or putting up some molding somewhere around a window or the floor, or just little things, painting and caulking. It was minimal, kind of basic around the house type work. Yep.
And that quickly, and of course that's going to lead, if you do, which is our motto for our business, Central Maine Builder. It's on Facebook, and we are located in Maine. If you do quality work and you're reliable, imagine that, you'll get hired. We always thought it was some secret that you had to be in your granddaddy and daddy and everybody had to be in the business, and then you got in the business. But come to find out, if you just do quality, high work, good work, and you respond, you answer. These people are calling up contractors and they're never showing up. If you just show up, if you just do the job, if you just do it right, and you don't try to screw people over, then you're going to get called back. And we instantly went from handyman work right over into, can you move these rocks? And then we're renting excavators, and renting is a big deal. We'll talk about that one day. And then we went right into, can you build us this building? You know, it was like additions to buildings, and then all of a sudden we're like just moving on down the line. So it happened really fast.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, when people said, could you do it? We just said, yeah, and we figured it out.
Eric is
Not
all
that
about...
we knew all the ins and outs and the details.
Eric is all about doing everything. I have to pull the reins back on him a little bit, because Eric is just this hard charger that wants to build buildings and stuff. Right?
I don't mind. I like building buildings. I just like to know what I'm all in for when I sign up. You know what I mean? That's what I like to know.
Well, we plowed right ahead and we started building these buildings and we started doing these things. And one thing leads to another, and now you're not working for $25 an hour anymore. It's not like we're millionaires. We're still working for the Navy, but we definitely reinvested everything into the company, into pump jacks and staging and saws and everything like that.
Well, remember first when we started, we had those buckets from Lowe's with the tool bag that hangs over the side. And we were like, these are so awesome. They're the greatest thing ever. And I got my screwdriver right here, and I got my paintbrush over there. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first day we showed up at the job, a guy's place named Murphy. He was a retired SEAL, works with us as a SEER instructor. And I show up and he's got this awesome bucket with the tool thing around it. And now we can't even fit all our tools in the back of our trucks in our trailer.
Yeah, it's grown quite a bit.
So but it's not about the tools. Like I said, it's about we show up and we do a good job. You know, when they call us and they say, "Can you come?" and we come, they're like, a lot of the customers are like, I can't even tell you how many people don't show up, and we can't give money away. We experienced that. We literally had $3,000 budgeted for a simple job for an electrician, and the guy literally showed up, looked at the job, did some stuff. So literally he was owed money.
Yeah.
And then we could never get him on the line again.
He never came back. Yeah.
He never came back. So, yeah, it's one of those things where if you're out there and you just do a good job and you show up and I just think if you're just a good person. What was that TV show with that guy with the built homes on homes?
Homes on homes, yeah.
Yeah, like Mike Holmes. I'll throw a shout out to Mike Holmes right here. 10 years ago when I started watching his show, I just loved it. That's where I learned everything, by the way.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we do, right? Do it right.
Yeah.
Do it right for the people. Do it like you build and fix and maintain, like you'd fix and maintain your own home, the way you would want somebody to come into your house and do
it. Right, but to finish this all off, really what we're talking about is if we didn't know anything about anything really when we started. We knew a little bit, but there's YouTube videos out there. There's master electricians, master carpenters. Start small, work your way up. Change some light bulbs, change some lights, fixtures, stuff like that. Do a little drywall, and if you can do a little drywall job, you can do a bigger drywall job. It just takes time, and you got to learn how to be efficient and make it fast. But don't be afraid. The trades, as Mike Rose says, is a very, very, very busy place right now. They need tradesmen and stuff like that. And I didn't go out and I went in the Navy, so I got a degree, but I didn't go out and put $100,000 on top of myself in debt. When you can go out and become a plumber and make $100,000 a year. What's smarter? And these jobs aren't that hard nowadays with PEX lines and stuff like that. So anyway, if you got any questions, just put it down in the comments. We'll be glad to get back to you and talk to you about it. And we got a lot more videos like this to come. So it's really inspirational videos.
Yeah, it's
because if this guy can do it, anybody can do it. Right? So that's the thing right there. Anyway, all right, everybody, have a good day. Central Maine Builder, out.